only worry about the other type of deductions if you have a complicated tax situation, like you own a house and you can depreciate, you can like minus depreciation of your house against your taxes, or you like own a business, stuff like that. But for most people, just worry about, you just take the standard deduction. Use TurboTax Free or Free Tax USA. Those are really good options. You don't have to really declare anything income you made from stocks or like side hustles or anything if it was less than like $1,000 over the course of a year. They might say you have to do, you don't have to worry about it. If you made like $300 selling, I don't know, some like chocolate at school, you don't have to worry about that. If you made $100 selling a stock, you don't have to worry about that. And speaking of taxes, when you sell stocks, if it grew, you obviously have to pay taxes on that. And there's two types. There's long-term and short-term. If you held the stock for more than a year before you sold it, you pay long-term capital gains, which is pretty low. I don't remember exactly. It's like 10-15%. If you held it for less than a year and you sell it, you can pay up to like 30% taxes on it. I think it's depending on how much you sold it on your income. So don't keep buying and selling stocks just to make big upfront gains. Just try to hold them for a while before you sell them. You don't owe any stocks on unrealized gains. Realized means once you've sold it. If your stocks are up $20,000, but you haven't sold them yet, they're just worth $20,000 more, you don't owe any tax on that, but it's pretty obvious. Okay, last thing I'll talk about is credit cards. Get a credit card as soon as you meet two conditions. One, you're 18, and two, you have a job or some sort of income. Really important. It'll build up your credit. Credit's really good if you want to buy a house, want to buy a car. When you apply for apartments, they're really important. And that's mostly it. Maybe a few other things. I would really recommend a really good first credit card is the Discover It card. Since it's meant for people who are getting their first card, they don't check your credit or anything because you have no credit score. You get a credit score once you've had a credit card for about 6 months, I say. Number one tip with a credit card, always pay it off on time. No exceptions, no if, and, or buts. Always pay the full amount off on time. A really good way to ensure that happens is set up an auto pay with your bank account. So any amount you have on it, set it up so it pays off the full balance every month before the due date, like a few days before the due date or whatever. Have that set up. Even then, just check the app, the day after or the day of when it's going to auto pay, just in case something came up and it didn't auto pay for some reason. And always have that amount of cash you would need to pay it off in your bank account so that you can pay it off. Just treat it like a debit card, basically. The main benefit of using a credit card over debit card, there's three. One, you build credit, like I mentioned earlier. Two, you get free money because most credit cards offer cash back. So if you spend $1,000 on something with a debit card, you just spend $1,000. There's nothing else. If you spend $1,000 with a credit card and you get 2% cash back, you just made $20. They just give you $20 for free. Or if it's an airline card, they give you $20 worth of like miles. Or if it's a hotel card, $20 worth of hotel, whatever it is, you just get $20 worth of free money, depending on cashback. Once you have some credit history built up with that Discover It, you can get new different types of credit cards. If you fly United all the time, get a United card. If you fly Delta, get Delta. If you there's a good Venmo credit card that I have. I've had that for like 3-4 years now. They give you a lot of good cash back. Always check though what some basics details. Check what the annual fee is. If it's a $400 annual fee, maybe hold off on that. If the benefits are actually something you'd use, then you check that. So there are some credit cards that have very high annual fees, like $300, $400, $200. Only apply for those once you have a really good solid credit history. So like I have one of those that has a high credit fee, annual fee, but I've had like a 780 credit score, and I've had a credit card for many years. Once you had credit cards for a while, you'll kind of know like what are really good benefits, what's a good amount of cash back. So I have a credit card that's like $395 a year, but it gives you $400 a year in travel credit that you can use anywhere. It gives you lounge access, which is huge at airports, essentially just a free buffet before every flight. So those are really good. But yeah, hold off on that once you have some good solid credit history built in. So what else? And the last thing I'll make is take advantage of sign up and referral bonuses. A lot of credit cards, they have a sign up bonus where you just get $800 for signing up, $400, whatever it is, 70,000 miles. But always check what the details are. And like usually I have a minimum spending amount. You have to spend in 4 months, 6 months, like $3,000. Don't get the credit card and then just go crazy on spending just so that you get $300. Don't spend $2,000 you wouldn't have just to get $400. Only try to go for the bonus if you know you're gonna spend that much anyways on your car insurance, on your groceries. If you have a big purchase coming up, you're gonna, I don't know, you need to buy a new oven or something for your house, then that's when that's a good idea. Or what I did, not everyone can do this, is I would get a new credit card, then I would ask my dad, like, oh, if we have any big like bills coming up, if you need to pay for like the health insurance, could you use my new credit card just so I can reach that bonus? And he was glad to do that. So if you can do that, do that. If you can't, maybe avoid going for those bonuses. And that summarizes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me by commenting under the video. I would really appreciate a like and subscribe. If you guys like this type of video, I could do a similar one for health and fitness, just breaking down all the details of nutrition. For credit cards, I can make a more in-depth video. For investing, I can maybe make a more in-depth video just for maybe the basic details of that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.